This light stopped working the other day, so it's one of them little flat LED bulbs. So, oh god. This has been up here for years. I need to be a little bit careful taking these screws off. Because I drop them and I lose them. I can see that when it's down there. I might have rounded that first one off. God damn. Silly ass. I'm going to do it with a hand screwdriver. Friggin' hell. Proper rounded off. That was right size as well. That's made it a bigger job than it should be. Bollocks. What a bloody palaver. I ended up having to grind them screws out anyway. They're all rusted in, so if I can get them out with my more grips now. Get a bit of WD on it. Now there's a lesson learned. I should have put WD on it before I even started. I'll do that next time. Right, after all that messing about, what I eventually decided to do was just go buy a new one. $12.99, which I should have done in the first place, try to save that, but it's 15-year-old, so obviously things have moved on. And it was looking a bit shabby anyway, so why not just buy a new one, which is what I've done now. $12.99 screw fix. So it's a 20-watt LED floodlit with PIR in black. Yeah. Breakfast ready. That's the old one that came out. It feels like this bulb here is almost resined to this plate, and I couldn't even get this plate out. Yeah. It's a lot easier down here than it was up that ladder. Let's take it apart and see what it's like. Well, it wasn't fastened to that plate. Is it fastened to that? Is it changeable? I mean, it must be changeable, but it might have been a soldering job. I thought these sides might have pulled out, but that feels like it's fastened in there. Yeah, so no way I was ever going to change that. My best guess for the age of this is it's at least 22 years old, because I remember putting that external chock box on that I've just wired the other light back into, and I got that off a guy where I used to work, an electrician where I used to work, and I left there 22 years ago. So this is my best guess, this is probably 25 years old, so it's well out of date anyway. So I've upgraded to a bit of modern. So the other thing I want to do today, I've got another light at the back that's not working, and it's the old halogen bulbs. So while I was down at B&Q getting that security light, I bought some halogen bulbs. I think there's 3 for about £4. When I went down there to get them, they had them in stock, and I did the computer thing, sent the order to the till, and he looked at it and he said, halogen bulbs, do we still do them? So yeah, apparently so. So this is the other one that needs changing. As you can tell, this has been out 8 years as well. I think probably the best course of action for this is change it for one of them I've put around front. But I'm going to put this bulb in for now, and then when I get around to it I'll change this for a more modern one. I think it's only one screw on this, but I'm going to learn my lesson, and I'm going to use WD before I even attempt to unscrew it. There you go, working. Right, there's just one more job that the wife's asked me to do today. She's got this mood lamp. We've actually got 2 because this one stopped working, so she bought another. Put this in cupboard. But she says, can you fix it? So I've checked the fuse, it's not that. So it's just, I'm not an electrician, but I might be able to do something with it. I will just actually check it myself first. No, it's not working. It's probably the bulb that's gone. Oh my god, how simple was that? I thought I were going to have to take all this bottom off. Well, this is the right video, isn't it? So I'm just going to show you how to change this bulb. What you do, you unscrew it like that, and then you hold it up to the light and you can see that it's blown. Oh no, it hasn't blown. It has blown. New bulb. Right, I haven't got the exact size to replace it, but hopefully this one fits. Might be a bit long actually. I'll try it. That might be alright. Yeah, that's not quite deep enough to accept that bulb. Right, I'll nip down to Tesco's and get a bulb that fits. The other thing is, when I took it apart and took these screws out, that other screw snapped, so the screw piece is in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tidy this up a bit, I'm going to clean it, I'm going to sand this bottom wood base and wax it, and I'm going to drill 2 more holes in there and 2 more holes in there and put 2 decent new screws in instead of these rusty old things. Don't know why they've gone rusty like that. I don't know where she's had it. She might have had it in the cellar. Probably when it stopped working, put it in the cellar and bought a new one instead of just changing the bulb. Anyway, we're on it now. Right, so I'm just going to do a quick tidy on it. This is protruding here, so that needs grinding down. Then I'm just going to tidy this base up a little bit. I'll do it on my sander. Quick. Tell you what, I'll put my mask on. Never a good idea to stand without your mask on. I don't know where she's had this stored, but it must have been down in the cellar because it's got water damage on it. So I'm just going to clean all that up now. Right, so I'm thinking this piece is some sort of resin. And like I say, one of the screws snapped off in there, so I'm just going to turn this 90 degrees, make sure I get the middle lined up because that's where the bulb's going. That's the important piece. And then I'm just going to drill 2 fresh holes. Still got a bit of this Odie's oil left that Carl Pope gave me. It goes a really long way, does this. I've had this little pot over a year now, I've done all sorts with it. So that's what I'm going to finish this wood off with. Yeah, I'll just let that dry for 10 minutes, then I'll polish it off. Okay, just while we're waiting for that wax to dry, I love my workshop. It's nice, functional, it's brilliant. But I saw a workshop last week and I thought, I'd like a workshop like this. It's at least twice as big as this. It's Adam, one of my subscribers, went down to see him last week. So if you've not seen the video that I put out last week, I'll leave a link in the description below. If you like workshops, you've got to check Adam's workshop out. He's got 2 workshops. He's got a wood one that's probably twice the size of this. I didn't measure it, but I'm guessing twice the size. And then he's got his metal workshop that is probably this and half again. And then he's got the storage for his bikes, which is probably this. I'm just going off guessing off the top of my head. But yeah, if you've not checked the video for last week of Adam's workshop and property, he's one of my subscribers and he invited me down, so I'll leave a link in the description below and I'll leave a link on the end card probably to that video. Bit envious really. Well, no, not envious. You know, you get where you're going in life, don't you? You get where you're going through grit and determination and hard work, and Adam's certainly put the work in on his workshop and made it fantastic. But it's like how else, innit? If you want to learn, you've got to do stuff. If you want to learn joinery, you've got to start somewhere, you've got to do it. If you want to start doing a video channel, if you want to start your YouTube channel, you've got to start somewhere. Now my videos, I'm 420 videos in now, and I'm sure if you look back at my old stuff, you know, it leaves a lot to be desired, does my old stuff. You know, I'm making no excuses and I'll leave them up there. I won't take them down. It's what it is. It's the progress that I've made from the beginning to now. But yeah, you want to learn joinery, you start somewhere, don't you? You cut a bit of wood and you start somewhere. You want to learn welding, you buy a welder and you start welding and you learn and you progress and you end up getting where you want to be. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. This should be dry now, so let's get this polished up and dried and keep the wife satisfied. Right then, let's get this thing put back together. Right, so the bulb I brought in earlier on were too big. It were alright diameter wise, but it was too tall. Couldn't get the bottom in. So I've been out to Tesco's and I bought this, and it was £2.25. £2 because we get a little bit of discount because my daughter works at Tesco's. You know what, I've just been down to Tesco's, and because my daughter works there, at certain times we get 10% off or 15% off, and it really helps. So I bought a bottle of wine, and I tell you what, if you've not tried this, it's lovely. It's £5.75, but it's £5 with a Tesco's card, club card, and it's lovely, and it's 9%. Echo Falls, GK Berry, and it's lovely. And then we get another 15% off that with his daughter working there. Anyway, don't want to make this sound like an advert for Tesco's, but so this is actually LED fridge and cooker hood bulb, but it's just the only one I could get to fit, so I'm hoping it's going to be alright. Well, it fits alright, that's the first thing over. Let's take it over there where it's a bit darker. It's a really nice light actually. I'm glad I fixed it. That's bang on. Right, I'm really pleased the way them 3 lights turned out. Managed to fix 3 lights. I'm not an electrician, but managed to change 2 bulbs and put a security light up. Proud of myself. No, on a serious note though, yeah, it's not a massive step forward, but every little helps, doesn't it? And it keeps the wife happy. I don't know how much them lamps cost, but she did actually go buy another lamp when that first one stopped working. I should have looked at it ages ago. I bet it must have been its cellar because that bit of water damage on it, and I bet it's been in there 12 months. But they are really nice lamps. Then you can have them on at night when you go to sleep, and it doesn't it don't affect me. It's nice to have it on in the corner at the bedroom, because I normally go to bed about 9 o'clock these days because I'm up early. I'm up at sort of anywhere between 5 and 6 o'clock. So by 9 o'clock I'm knackered, especially on a weekday. So I just go to bed with that on in the corner. Yeah. Right, so oh, the other thing, I really love this office space that I've got now. I've spent a lot of time out here, far more comfortable time spent out here than in my dining room. So glad I made this little office area now as well. Next week's project, inspired by this office place, I want somewhere for my diary, because I've been keeping it in here, but I don't like to keep it on top of all the other stuff I've got in there because it's flat, so I put it underneath. But every time I get it out I have to move stuff, and then every time I want to put it back in I have to move stuff to get it back in. So I'm going to make somewhere on my desk to hold this diary, and I'm going to make it out of these. This is the panelling off an old oak door, and years old, this oak door. I made all sorts out of it. These few last pieces were in my wood pile the other day, and I thought, oh no, I don't want to burn them, and I've thought of a little project for them. So that's going to be next week's little video, a proper useless to useful video. Useless oak panel door to useful diary holder, I think. So if you want to see that, like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, it all helps. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Cheers, bye.
I've messed up more than my fair share of projects in my time. I've measured once and cut 3 times, wrote songs that didn't rhyme. I've broken glass and hit my thumb, cut holes in my best jeans, but they were just a chance to learn, no point deleting scenes. I flooded my garage, smashed my favorite cup, left the lighter on the log burner and saw the thing blow up. I'll never be perfect, I know it takes all sorts. I try and embrace everything like Cromwell and his warts. Just because I made mistakes don't mean I didn't win. The man that never made mistakes never made anything. The main thing is you grow from this, do better next time round. Improve and grow, increase your worth with new skills that you found. Mistakes are part of every day, mistakes are how we learn. Don't be afraid to have a go, step up when it's your turn. Step out of your comfort zone, push the envelope. Ill winds always blow some good, they will increase your scope. Just because I made mistakes don't mean I didn't win. The man that never made mistakes never made anything. The main thing is you grow from this, do better next time round. Improve and grow, increase your worth with new skills that you found. I'm older now, I know that time isn't always kind. I never put my pencils down cause they're too hard to find. Aging's part of living, dying's part of life. Stay active, give the finger to the reaper and his scythe. Just because I made mistakes don't mean I didn't win. The man that never made mistakes never made anything. The main thing is you grow from this, do better next time round. Improve and grow, increase your worth with new skills that you found. The man that never made mistakes, never made anything. The man that never made mistakes, never made anything.